One more announcement. This is a really exciting one. I'm going to invite Alexander to come up, Alexander Mansour. Yeah, let's give him more than that. So, Alexander and his wife Katie are incredible human beings. If you don't know them, you should know them. And it's easy to get to know them. You can just visually stalk him as he walks back to his seat, and then after service, go over there. But they have been around Door of Hope for years. I'll let him share just briefly about himself. But Alexander is someone who we have identified here at the church as someone who is a great elder candidate for us. So we're an elder-led church, which means kind of final protection of the doctrine and direction of the church falls to a group of qualified elders. There are currently 3 of us. Alexander would be the 4th. He is someone who's been recommended by multiple people within our community. And as a side note, if you ever have an elder recommendation, please reach out to us. But our process is to take those recommendations and then to approach the person as we feel need for another elder, explore this with them, explain what's going on, explain kind of the biblical qualifications, and then enter in a multi-month process of kind of vetting that person and then bringing them in to actually participate in the elders meetings, make sure that everyone knows what we're all getting into and so forth. And Alexander has gone through that process now, I guess, since about January, So the last stage of that process, basically the elders of our church, me, Josh, and Joel, as we've spent time with Alexander, and I've known him for several years, but in this context, it is our conviction that he's qualified to be an elder at this church, that he will be a blessing to this community. He has wisdom, gifts, Christian maturity to be able to help us in really important ways. But now, we present him to the church. And we typically do this kind of a 2-week process where we basically say, he's a candidate, and we want to invite the community to speak into this decision. So we know that he has relationships and maybe some ugly run-ins with some of you. Well, I hope not. But we want to know, do you have reason for concern, things that we might not know about, that we ought to take into consideration before we formally install him as part of the elder team? And so we typically give about 2 weeks for people to raise concerns, or if you just have questions, or if you're like, I don't know anything about elders or our church's view of elders, this is a great opportunity to reach out to any of us. Those are the current elders' email addresses. You can ask any questions, or if there is a concern that you have about Alexander, please let us know. We don't expect there to be any, but if there are, we want to know them. That's crucial for us to make a wise decision here. It's part we all get to play in it. So I just want to give Alexander a chance just to briefly introduce himself, and then again invite you all to seriously connect with him after service or some other time.
Thanks, Cameron. I'm going to do the awkward microphone dance. Hi, y'all. I'm Alexander Mansour. I know many of y'all, and I know some of y'all in passing, and I don't know some of you at all, but those of you I don't know would love to get to know better. I've been here at Door of Hope. I've been here in Portland for a little over 7 years, at Door of Hope for about as long. And over the past 7 years, I've been privileged to have been a member in many community groups. I've gotten to lead a few community groups. At one point, got to lead some of Door of Hope's refugee ministry efforts. But along the way, I've really been blessed and privileged to be part of a community that places the value of being the hands and feet of Christ in our communities among the first and foremost values of our church. So, I say all that to let y'all know I've been around for a while, and yet still see new faces that I'm sure have also been around for a while every Sunday, and I hope to remedy that. But I'll be sitting over there after the service, like Cam said. Feel free to come find me, and if not today, hopefully in the near future, would love to connect with y'all.
Well, it's no light thing to step into this ministry. So, Alexander, I just say in front of everyone, we really thank you for your willingness to do it. He works full time. This is not a paid, salaried role at the church. It's a fully volunteer thing, and he's got a family. He's got a super demanding job. He could be spending his time a whole lot of other ways. So we thank you that you're willing to do this. We thank you for going through this now 10-month process with us and letting yourself be under the microscope of it, even from this room of people now that can put you through the ringer. But we are so blessed by you and Katie's presence here at this church, and just deeply grateful for you. Thank you. Awesome. Cool. Well, we will be following up on that here in a few weeks.